Thank you very much for jumping on, brother, and I'll catch up with you soon. Husam, my bro, you lost again. What went wrong tonight? What did Slot get wrong tonight? And how are you feeling now after holding 3 to Palace at Anfield?
Should I address the media narratives or just talk about football regarding the game? Oh my
God. Whatever you feel most comfortable with, Husam.
Anyway, I think you know, for me, I'm giving it until Saturday's game against Aston Villa. If the performances don't improve, I'll probably turn, because I think there is nothing fixing this right now. Drop this guy, drop that guy. He dropped the whole team. The most irritating thing about today, number one, man management perspective, which is the kids didn't deserve this loss on their CV. You asked me today on straight facts, so this is not reactionary at all. You asked me today on straight facts. Do you care about the game? Blah, blah, blah. Are you going to start the starters, etc.? I said, look, I've never cared about the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. I want us to win the 2 big ones. But you look at today's game, given the fact that we've lost 4 games in a row, 5 and 6, it was important to at least give some players some confidence, blah, blah, blah. You start the kids, fine. Then at least have the heavy hitters on the bench. Like, at least have Ektika on the bench, this guy on the bench, blah, 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 so you can have a difference maker in case shit does hit the fan. Big up to the kids, because they survived 40 minutes without conceding a goal, which is massive for us. We went 40 whole minutes without conceding a goal, which I think is fantastic for Liverpool from a defensive perspective. And the thing that's just worrying me the most is the real Arne Slot penitentiary is his tactics, because he actually fully believes that this works. He fully believes that what he's doing out there on the pitch works, because even the kids are doing it. Go watch the first 2 goals. The midfield is completely empty. Remember the 3-1-6 I spoke about today? He ran it back. Even with Nayoni, even with Endo, even with McAllister, even with the midfielders we had out there, he still left the midfield wide open again. So he fully doesn't believe that we're doing anything wrong. You see the bullshit he says publicly about like set pieces and corners and throw-ins? It seems like he actually believes it, because he doesn't believe we're doing anything wrong out there on the pitch. The same tactics apply even with the kids out there. It's not like we're doing something different. Clearly, it's not working. Change it. Alhamdulillah, today, media narrative, insert. Today, we didn't concede a single set piece or a corner or a throw-in. So I wonder what he's going to say in the press conference without any set piece conceded now, because it was all goals and open play we conceded. So he has no excuse for that. And for me, things have to change. He has to change it for this Saturday, because pressure is building up. At the end of the day, yes, Liverpool Football Club, we pride ourselves in being a football club that don't sack managers every 3 seconds. Like, we're not Chelsea. We're not that type of club. We're just like, oh, get this guy out, get that guy out, get this guy out. Yes, everyone gets a chance, but every club has a cutoff point. This is the first time in our life we've spent 450 million in a transfer window and broken British transfer record in this manner. So the club have expectations now. And I think eventually it will be a business decision. This Saturday for me is the turning point. He either fixes up and we win, or if he opens the midfield up again against Boubacar Kamara, John McGinn, Onana, and Morgan Rogers, we are going to get absolutely abused by the pace and power that Aston Villa have. They beat Manchester City, who have been way better than us this season. They're on a 4-game winning streak in the Premier League. Their last draw was Sunderland. Other than that, they've been winning games of football. They just slapped Man City as well. So this is not going to be an easy game any way, shape, or form, whether it's at Anfield or not. That makes no difference to us right now. But Slot has to fix up. And today, my point about scapegoating, once again, like I was trying to tell Terry, they just want to scapegoat someone in the fan base. Today, scapegoat Kirk has. When it should have been Gomez to clear the first goal, not Kirk has. Robertson's positioning is questionable. McAllister's positioning is questionable. 3-4 people are making mistakes for a goal, but all people want to do is scapegoat. Once again today, Rio Gomoa has the ball down the left-hand side and Kirkus is inverting. We spoke about this today on the Straight Facts. How does Husam from Jordan point out tactical mistakes that Arne Slot can't point out? Why haven't I turned? Because this can't be the same manager that played Luis Diaz in the false 9 against Leverkusen to combat their style. The same manager that broke down everything Ten Hag did wrong when we dominated you at home 3-0. The same manager that went away to the Etihad, got us our first win against Pep in the Premier League era by playing a box midfield. The same tactical genius from this last season has turned into a tactical dumbass this season. And he's hung out the kids to dry, because this is, from a man management perspective, absolutely horrendous decision. Like, I get it. People rotate in the cups, but we are in a losing streak. This was a chance to gain a bit of momentum, to gain a bit of form. We didn't do that. And on top of that, he had no starter on the bench either. Like the level of arrogance. Are you that comfortable to the level where you can think you can just give away the game like that?
So I wanted to ask you that. So you were disappointed. I mean, it wasn't just a young team; it was a young bench. There was nothing to bring on to change that game. I thought that was a crazy decision.
Yeah, 100%. Like I get rotation. I understand rotation. Everyone today rotated. Even like managers who get criticized, like Arteta as an example, even he rotated. He had one area out there wide, Dauman, blah blah blah. But then you go look at the bench: Saka, Timber, Rice, Trossard, blah blah blah. The problem is you look at our bench and it's a bunch of names I've never, even me as a Liverpool fan, I've never heard of. I know about our academy, I know about certain players, but some of these guys, first time, who's Cone Doherty? Who's Laffy? Who's Maynard Figueroa's son is on the bench? Some guy called Pennington. Tommy Pilling. Who are these guys? How are we supposed to change the game? Okay, start them, no problem. Give them a chance, give them an opportunity. But guess what? When shit hits the fan, we're 2-0 down at halftime. If had we have a brain before this game, bring on Ekitike at halftime, bring on Salah, bring on Gakpo, bring on Verts, switch shit up. But he just brings on random kids from the bench. It's like he's destroying his own reputation. It's like he's fucking up everything that he did for no reason. How is the tactical genius turned into the tactical dumbass? I don't know. I have no explanation for it. And today, the fact that the tactics didn't change even with the children shows me that he's just institutionalized the whole club to thinking that this tactics work when it doesn't. How is Kerkez inverting in the Carabao Cup with fucking Rio Gomoa left wing? Same thing. Insert different players, same thing. So this is why, Terry, from 3 weeks ago when I was pointing out at individuals, I said it's not an individual blame. It's way more on the manager. Today it's proven. Drop this guy, drop that guy. Every experiment, controlled experiment, science, scientifically speaking, as a chemical engineer, when you do a controlled experiment, you change everything and keep one thing constant so you can try to control, okay, this experiment, that experiment. Salah was dropped, we lost. Verts was dropped, we lost. Isak was dropped, we lost. Ekitike was dropped, we lost. McAllister was dropped, we lost. And in today's game, everyone was dropped. And the tactics still look like crap. So, yeah. By the way, today, Liverpool, speaking of shots on target, 1 shot on target. 0 big chances created. Crystal Palace, 8 shots on target. So it's clearly tactical and structural, and it has to change. And it has to change quickly for me this Saturday. Because I've been slotting, and I've been saying he's going to turn it around, but this Saturday, he's got to turn shit around. If he doesn't turn it around, we're in massive trouble. And he's in massive trouble, even from a business perspective, because all the assets are depreciating, and you never fuck with an American owner's money, ever.
So, Husam, just wondering, maybe we can go beyond slot here and kind of look at Edwards and Hughes, because you mentioned the bench, and I was mentioning the bench months ago when you were ignoring me, and I was saying I felt your depth was nowhere good enough to be able to compete, and it was glossed over because the first 11 is so good. Don't you feel like maybe you pumped in too many resources in certain areas where you could have filled out that bench? You could have gotten yourself a proper left winger. You could have got yourself more depth, especially in defense. Like, I think I understand Slot is frustrating you with the tactics that he's playing, and that the players that he's been given aren't sort of necessarily fitting in properly with the way he wants to play. But I think that Edwards and Hughes come into play a little bit, because I feel like there's a little bit of an incoherence in terms of the manager and what he wanted to play and the players that you brought in. I just want to kind of get your thoughts on that.
When it comes to this game,
I'll give you a very quick answer. If I give you Wagyu beef and you attempt to make an apple pie with it, you're at fault, not me.
But who says it's Wagyu beef? Because it's proving itself not to be Wagyu beef. Maybe you need to reassess that assessment of these players.
No, I don't need to reassess.
You thought you were getting Wagyu beef, and you opened it, and it was actually Tesco meat.
You asked me a question. Can I answer it, or you want to answer?
Yeah, but I'm just telling you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me answer it then. If I ask you a question, I'll mute my mic and let you answer. So let me answer your question. If I give you something and you attempt to make something completely different with it, you're at fault, not me. So I don't need to assess nothing, because it is physically impossible that 10 outfield players are all crap. This applies to all our club on the panel, whether you're a Newcastle or City or Chelsea or Arsenal or any football club. When 10 outfield players all look like shit, it is by default the manager's fault. By default. It has nothing to do with recruitment because that's a cop-out and it absolves Slot of any blame. You knew that these were the ingredients that you were handed fucking 5 months ago. You need to be able to cook up a system and a style that suits them. And actually, we stumbled upon a style that suited them away at Frankfurt, and we didn't run it back since. We stumbled against a style that worked at home to Atletico. We didn't run it back since. So even when we, by mistake, try something and it tries and it works, he hasn't even tried that again. So that's my problem with it. It's not what we did in the summer. This whole panel would have taken, let's not do hindsight. In August, if I offered an Arsenal fan, Verts, Ekitike, Isak, Frimpong, and Kirkus, even you would have said yes. Even you would have said, fucking hell, what a window there. Isak
Probably just Isak and Verts. The other
You
ones
would
I'm
have
probably
loved
not
it.
interested in.
You'd have loved
To
it.
be honest, we didn't need Frimpong or Kirkus.
Yeah.
Not the point, Igal. Not the point. Okay? Not the point.
The quality of players that Husam said, like, I mean, we're not going to be stupid here. Like, the quality of players that Husam said, are you telling me that none of you lot said that would have been a good window? I heard every single one of you said that it was a great window that we had.
However, not me, and I've got evidence to show you on this show that I said I did not think you had a good window.
Stupid, because I'm sorry, I want to tell you this on our bench. Not one single outfield player on that bench played a single minute of senior team football. That's crazy. That is crazy.
It reminds me of
we had the likes of Curtis Jones. We had the likes of Szoboszlai. We have players that are fringe players that didn't even see the bench today. That is ridiculous.
Sorry, go on, Ram. Break it down.
I'm going to say I'm with Husam, right? This Saturday, 8 p.m. is Judgment Day for this manager. I'm sorry. You deserve. You wanted to take the Carabao Cup and you want to make it. You don't want to take it seriously. Cool. Minimum, I want to win on Saturday. If you don't win on Saturday, I'm sorry. You got a hand in your P45, mate. I'm sorry. It's not good enough. If you're going to bin off potential trophies, look, Jurgen Klopp never did
so that title he just won for you means nothing to you?
Jurgen Klopp was disrespecting the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, because he would rotate the team. That wasn't rotation. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. Jurgen Klopp used to put the likes of Salah and the likes of Mane on the bench just to make sure if things don't go right, at least I've got these that can salvage this game. This was something completely different.
Just